Every morning, millions of seniors wake up and realize they've been robbed, not of their money or their possessions, but of something far more precious, their memories, their sharp wit, and their mental clarity. We call it brain fog, but for most of you, it feels like living through a heavy gray veil that even the strongest cup of coffee can't lift. If you've started to worry that your mind is simply wearing out with age, or that these senior moments are the first signs of something more permanent, I have a message of hope. You aren't losing your brain. Your brain is just struggling to clean itself. There is a literal clog in your mental plumbing that happens while you sleep, and tonight we are going to fix it. I'm Dr. Kenji Sato, and for over 30 years, I have dedicated my life to one single mission: helping seniors reclaim the vitality and mental sharpness they thought were gone forever. Here at the Senior Wellness Center, we don't believe that aging has to mean a slow slide into confusion or forgetfulness. Our goal is to empower you with the tools to stay sharp at any age. I've seen thousands of patients who felt just like you do right now, exhausted, frustrated, and deeply scared that their best days were behind them. They felt like their brain was a fading light. But modern neuroscience has shown us that the brain is remarkably resilient, even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond. It is never too late to optimize your cognitive health. It's not about fighting time. It's about supporting the biological systems that keep us young. Today, I want to guide you through a deep transformation. We aren't just talking about getting better sleep. We are talking about a complete cognitive reset that starts the moment your head hits the pillow. By the end of this video, you will have a clear plan to wake up refreshed. We have identified 7 specific science-backed fixes that target the root cause of morning brain fog. These are simple, actionable steps that respect your lifestyle while delivering measurable results. If you are ready to lift that veil and see the world clearly again, let's begin with the biology of your brain's own internal cleaning service. To understand how we clear the fog, we first have to look at what's happening inside your skull while you're dreaming. You see, your brain is a high-performance organ, but like any engine, it produces waste. Every thought you have, every memory you process, creates metabolic trash. If this trash isn't hauled away, it builds up, creating that thick mental haze you feel in the morning. Scientists only recently discovered the brain's hidden waste disposal network, and they named it the glymphatic system. I like to call it your nightly car wash. But here's the truly fascinating part that most people don't know. This car wash only opens for business when you are sound asleep. It is a strictly after-hours operation. During the day, your brain cells are packed tightly together, working hard. But as you descend into deep sleep, a biological miracle occurs. Your brain cells, specifically the glial cells, actually shrink by up to 60%. Imagine a busy city street where all the buildings suddenly move back, making the alleys wider. This shrinking creates the necessary space. Once those spaces open up, a specialized liquid called cerebrospinal fluid comes rushing in like a high-pressure power washer. It flows through those widened gaps, scrubbing your neurons and picking up the trash. The most dangerous piece of trash it removes is a sticky protein called beta amyloid. You might have heard that name before, as beta amyloid is a primary hallmark of memory issues and cognitive decline. In a healthy brain, this cleaning process is vigorous and efficient. However, as we age, our sleep becomes lighter and more fragmented. This is where the problem starts for many of us in our golden years. If you wake up frequently or stay in light sleep, those cells never shrink, the fluid never flows, and the toxins stay right where they are. You wake up with a dirty brain. This is exactly why you feel like your thoughts are moving through molasses. It isn't that you're losing your mind. It's that your brain's plumbing is backed up. The trash from yesterday is still clogging the gears of today, making it impossible to focus or remember simple names. But don't worry the 7 fixes I'm about to show you are specifically designed to restart this car wash and get that fluid flowing again, no matter your age. Let's look at the first way to trigger this deep cleaning. The first fix to clear that morning fog is what I call the 65-degree rule. Most people keep their bedrooms far too warm, especially as we get older and become more sensitive to the cold. But here's the biological reality. Your brain is like a high-powered computer. If it gets too hot, it slows down. To trigger the glymphatic cleaning process we just discussed, your core body temperature must drop by about 2 to 3 degrees Fahrenheit. When your environment is too warm, your brain stays in a state of high alert, trapped in light, fragmented sleep where no cleaning occurs. The sweet spot for most seniors is between 60 and 67 degrees. Now, I know what many of you are thinking. Dr. Sato, if I turn my AC down that low, I'll be shivering all night. This is a common hurdle for my patients because our internal thermostats become less efficient with age. You need your brain to be cool, but your body to feel secure and warm. This is why I often recommend a professional cooling weighted blanket. It's a specialized tool that provides the soothing pressure of a heavy quilt, which lowers cortisol, but it's engineered with breathable glass beads that don't trap heat. It allows you to keep the room air crisp and cool for your brain while your muscles stay cozy. I've included a link to the one I personally trust in the description below to help you get this balance right. The second fix is the digital sunset. Your brain has a master clock located in the pineal gland, and it's incredibly sensitive to light. For thousands of years, our ancestors only saw the orange and red hues of firelight after the sun went down. But today, our homes are flooded with artificial blue light from televisions, tablets, and smartphones. This blue light is a biological liar. It tells your brain that it's high noon in the middle of July. When blue light hits your retinas, it immediately shuts down the production of melatonin. Melatonin isn't just a sleep hormone. It's the starter motor for your brain's cleaning system. Research shows that evening screen use can delay melatonin release by up to 4 hours. This means if you watch the news at 10 p.m., your brain might not actually start its deep cleaning until 2 in the morning, leaving you with only half a wash and a very foggy head at sunrise. Ideally, you should turn off all screens 60 minutes before bed. I call this the digital sunset. However, I realize that for many of you, your evening show is a cherished ritual. If you aren't ready to give up the screen, you must protect your eyes. This is where professional-grade blue light blocking glasses become essential. Unlike cheap imitations, high-quality amber lenses filter out the specific wavelengths that suppress melatonin. By wearing these for just 2 hours before bed, you can enjoy your favorite programs while your pineal gland continues to prepare for a night of deep cognitive restoration. It's a simple bridge between our modern world and our ancient biology. I've placed a link to a pair of these specialized glasses in the pinned comment, so you can start protecting your melatonin tonight. Now, let's move from the environment to the physical position of your body. Now that your room is cool and your melatonin is protected, we need to discuss the actual geometry of your body. Fix number 3 is one of the most surprising discoveries in sleep science: sleeping on your side. While it might seem like a matter of personal preference, the position of your spine actually dictates how effectively that brain dishwasher can circulate fluid. Research from Stony Brook University used advanced MRI scans to observe how waste is cleared in different positions. They found that the lateral or side position is significantly more efficient for glymphatic drainage than sleeping on your back or your stomach. Think of your brain's drainage system like a plumbing pipe. When you lie on your back, gravity can cause that pipe to narrow or kink. When you are on your side, your heart and brain are on a more level plane, allowing the cerebrospinal fluid to flow more freely through the brain's crevices. However, the challenge for many seniors is that our bodies naturally want to roll back onto our spines during the night, especially if we have hip or back discomfort. This unintended rollover disrupts that vital brain cleaning process mid-cycle. This is why using a contoured side sleeper pillow is a complete game changer for cognitive health. It's not just about comfort. It's a structural tool that supports your neck and locks your body into the optimal lateral position all night long. By placing a specialized pillow between your knees and supporting your upper body, you prevent the midnight flip. I've put a link to the most comfortable one I've found below to help you maintain that perfect drainage angle. Moving on to fix number 4, we have to address what I call the silent mineral. Magnesium is involved in over 300 biochemical reactions in your body, but its most important role for seniors is as the brake pedal for your nervous system. If your brain is stuck in high gear, it cannot enter the deep, slow-wave sleep required for toxin removal. Unfortunately, about 70% of seniors are chronically deficient in magnesium. But here is the catch, and this is very important. Not all magnesium is created equal. Many people go to the store and buy magnesium citrate or magnesium oxide. While these are okay for digestion, they often cause a laxative effect, which is the last thing you want to deal with at 2 a.m. when you're trying to rest. For brain fog and sleep, you specifically need magnesium glycinate. In this form, the magnesium is bound to glycine, an amino acid that actually helps calm the brain. It is highly absorbable and much gentler on the stomach. Taking a high-quality, gentle magnesium glycinate about an hour before bed can quiet a racing mind and relax restless legs, ensuring you stay in that deep cleaning zone. I've linked the specific high-purity magnesium glycinate I recommend for my patients in the description below. It's the gold standard for sleep and brain health because it targets the neurons without upsetting your system. Once your body is chemically and physically ready for rest, there is one more mental hurdle we have to clear before the fog can truly lift. Even with the perfect room and the right nutrients, there is one invisible enemy that can keep your brain's cleaning system from starting: mental clutter. Fix number 5 is a simple psychological tool I call the 5-minute brain dump. You see, when you go to bed with a to-do list running through your mind, you are creating what neurologists call open loops in your prefrontal cortex. These open loops act like background apps running on a smartphone, draining the battery and keeping the processor hot. As long as your brain feels it needs to remember tomorrow's groceries or the doctor's appointment, it stays in a state of high alert. It refuses to enter the deep, slow-wave sleep where the glymphatic system does its best work. To close these loops, you must physically move them out of your head. Keep a simple notebook and pen, not a phone, but real paper right next to your bed. 5 minutes before you hit the pillow, write down every single worry, task, or thought. By writing it down, you are sending a biological signal to your brain that the information is safe. You are essentially hitting the save and close button on those mental tabs. This allows your nervous system to shift from a state of doing to a state of being, clearing the way for a deep, restorative wash. It sounds almost too simple to work, but the relief you feel the moment that pen hits the paper is real and immediate. Try it tonight and feel the weight lift off your shoulders. Now let's talk about the fuel that powers this entire cleaning process: oxygen. Fix number 6 is nasal oxygenation. Many of us, especially as we age or deal with sinus issues, become chronic mouth breathers at night. You might think as long as air is getting in, it doesn't matter how. But from a neurological standpoint, mouth breathing is a disaster for your brain health. When you breathe through your mouth, you tend to overbreathe, which actually causes you to blow off too much carbon dioxide. Without enough carbon dioxide in your blood, your red blood cells cannot efficiently release oxygen to your brain tissues. This is known as the Bohr effect. You could be breathing plenty of air, but your brain is actually starving for oxygen, leading to massive fog the next morning. Breathing through your nose filters the air, warms it, and most importantly, regulates the pressure to ensure maximum oxygen delivery to your neurons. Now, some people suggest taping your mouth shut at night, but I find that can be a bit too intense and even scary for many of my senior patients. There is a much simpler, more comfortable way to keep those nasal passages open. Using high-quality nasal strips is an effortless way to physically lift and open the sides of the nose, increasing airflow by up to 30% without any medication. It ensures you stay a nasal breather all night long, even if you have a slight congestion. I've linked the specific extra-strength nasal strips I recommend in the comments. They're drug-free and work instantly to boost your nighttime oxygen levels. When your brain is fully oxygenated, the glymphatic fluid can move with more vigor, and you wake up feeling sharp, alert, and ready to tackle the day. We have one final fix to cover, and it's the one that ensures your sleep remains uninterrupted from start to finish. Let's talk about your nighttime hydration. We have reached the final piece of the puzzle, and it is perhaps the most practical of all. Fix number 7 is what I call the no fluid window. For many of my patients, the biggest barrier to a clear mind isn't the inability to fall asleep, but the inability to stay asleep. Nocturia, the medical term for waking up several times a night to use the bathroom, is one of the primary reasons the senior brain stays foggy. Every time you stand up, walk to the bathroom, and turn on a light, you are violently yanking your brain out of the glymphatic cleaning cycle. It's exactly like stopping a dishwasher in the middle of the heavy wash setting and opening the door. The soap is still on the plates, the grime hasn't been rinsed away, and now the machine has to spend an hour just getting back to the right temperature. To prevent this, you must implement the 2-hour golden rule. Stop all fluid intake exactly 2 hours before your head hits the pillow. This gives your kidneys and bladder enough time to process and empty before your brain starts its nightly car wash. Now, this doesn't mean you should dehydrate yourself. Quite the opposite. I want you to hydrate aggressively in the morning and afternoon. Think of your hydration like a mountain. Peak your water intake at noon and let it taper down to a dry valley by 8 p.m. By giving your bladder a rest, you are giving your brain the gift of 4 to 5 hours of uninterrupted deep sleep, the holy grail of cognitive restoration. When you combine this with the other 6 fixes, you aren't just sleeping. You are performing a nightly miracle of biological maintenance. Now, you might be wondering, Dr. Sato, how long will it take for me to feel like myself again? Let's walk through your success timeline. If you implement even 3 of these fixes tonight, perhaps the temperature, the side sleeping, and the magnesium, you will feel a difference as soon as tomorrow morning. You'll notice that the usual heavy feeling in your eyes is gone. Tomorrow morning, your thoughts will feel a bit lighter. That mid-morning slump that usually sends you reaching for a 3rd cup of coffee, it won't be as intense. But the real magic happens at the 7-day mark. After 1 week of consistent glymphatic cleaning, you will notice an emotional shift. Brain fog often carries a heavy load of anxiety and irritability. After 7 days of clear-headed mornings, that irritability begins to melt away. You'll find that words come to you more quickly in conversation, and you won't have to walk into a room 3 times before remembering why you went there. You are regaining your edge. But the most important milestone is the 30-day mark. After 30 days of following this protocol, you are doing more than just clearing fog. You are building structural resilience. By consistently removing beta amyloid and other toxins, you are protecting the very architecture of your neurons. You are investing in your future self, ensuring that you stay sharp, independent, and vibrant for years to come. I want you to remember that your brain is not a static object that just wears out like an old tire. It is a living, breathing, self-cleaning organ that is waiting for you to give it the right conditions to thrive. It takes discipline to turn off the TV early or to stop drinking water at 8 p.m., but the reward is your life back. The reward is your mind back. We have covered a lot of ground today, and I want you to take a moment to realize how powerful these 7 fixes truly are. By adjusting your room to 65 degrees, you are unlocking the gateway to deep sleep. By embracing a digital sunset, you are protecting your brain's natural rhythm. By choosing to sleep on your side and supporting your body with the right pillow, you are optimizing your internal plumbing. When you add the calming power of magnesium glycinate, the mental peace of a brain dump, the oxygen boost of nasal strips, and the discipline of the no-fluid window, you are no longer just getting through the night. You are becoming the master of your own biology. I often tell my patients at the center that we must stop viewing aging as a process of decay. It is simply a process of change that requires new strategies. Please take this phrase to heart. Aging is mandatory, but mental decline is optional. You have the ability to wake up with the same fire and clarity you had 20 years ago. It starts with the decision to treat your brain with the respect it deserves during its most critical hours. Your mind is your most valuable asset. It is the storehouse of your life stories, your wisdom, and your love for your family. It is worth every bit of effort to protect it. I know that starting a new routine can feel overwhelming, and you might be wondering which specific products are truly worth your time and money. The market is unfortunately filled with supplements and gadgets that simply don't work for the unique needs of the senior body. To save you the frustration of trial and error, I have personally curated a list of the exact tools we discussed today. From the specific purity of the magnesium I trust to the cooling technology that actually works, I've put everything in one place for you. You can find my curated senior health list in the very first pinned comment below this video. These are the resources I recommend to my own family, and I want you to have access to that same quality. By using the links in that comment, you're not just getting the right tools, you're also supporting the mission of the Senior Wellness Center, so we can keep bringing you this science-based research for free. I thank you deeply for that support. It allows us to reach more people who are searching for the hope and clarity you've found today. But clearing the fog at night is only one side of the coin. To truly bulletproof your brain against the passage of time, you must also look at how you are fueling your neurons during the day. Sleep cleans the brain, but your diet provides the building blocks for new neural connections. That is why you should watch my next guide right here, where I reveal the 5 specific foods that have been clinically proven to fight dementia and boost memory in seniors. The combination of the bedtime fixes we learned today and the nutritional strategies in that next video will make you virtually unstoppable. Click the video on your screen now to continue this journey with me. I am Dr. Kenji Sato, and it is an honor to be part of your wellness journey. Thank you for watching. Sleep well tonight, and I'll see you in the next video to talk about the best fuel for your sharpest mind yet. Stay vibrant, stay curious, and most importantly, stay sharp.